Lewis, the first carry for the expatriate. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Three, set.
Right back to him on first down. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Kayvon Webster there to make the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Mariota now on second down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10.
Down. Back 22. Back 22.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Watson now on second down. Room to run past midfield. Caught here by Griffin. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. Now a first down throw, Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 6 there on first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a first carry for Deontay Foreman, who was lost to the Achilles injury last year. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Back 22! Back 22!
On first down, it's Watson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
To throw on second is Watson. And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. From the red zone now, Watson. And now he'll tuck it and run. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Richmond!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a third down here. Watson now to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Second down, Mariota. Flushed out right. Eluding the pressure right. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. Third and short yardage. Mariota escaping the pressure right. Fights loose. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The 4-time All-Pro, J.J. Watt. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And now out comes Houston. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this one is incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Following the interception here, Mariota dumps it off to Lewis. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move. 6 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down. As he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight, He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On second down, here's Watson. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there.
Back 22! Back 22!
Out of the gun, Watson. It's hauled in by Ellington. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Tennessee after this. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. From the gun, here's Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Watson hands this to Foreman. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. The Super Bowl hero, Malcolm Butler, makes a stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Looking to throw on second down. Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
They'll start things on first down with Dion Lewis. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
They run. This is Lewis. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And that's complete to Lewis. Oh, and Lewis lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
A first down carry now for Miller. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Watson to throw on 2nd down. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that's complete. It's Allington. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Here's Watson operating from the gun. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On 1st and 10, Watson caught left side, Hopkins, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Down. Back 22.
Now Watson. And he fires one incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Come back. Hey, green the line. Green the line.
Watson now. From the gun, he'll throw. And oh, look at that. A diving catch. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3-and-out. Watson now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Finds a seam inside the 40. And he cuts it. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Texans are an extra point away from taking the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the 3rd. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Mariota now to throw on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, Mariota. He finds Corey Davis. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route, because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
The Titans on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. They go play action here on first down. It was Shard Matthews here on the catch. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. A first down carry for Henry. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Miller. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Daquan Jones in on the tackle there. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The Texans send the punter out, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
First down, Mariota. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
This is Lewis, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Mariota now on 2nd down. Dancing, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Whitney Merciless, able to get him for a loss of about 3.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play.
Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Scoring has really been at a premium, and Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now Foreman, and they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw on 2nd is Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays, because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Watson now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Bruce Ellington, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans will extend their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Now Campanero. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw, Mariota. Going deep here for Matthews. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Watson going to give this one to Miller. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd down and 12. From the end zone, Watson. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out of there. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. Mariota gives to Henry. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Second down, Mariota. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Zach Cunningham able to run him down for a loss of a yard. The Titans on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A Tennessee first down. That one Mariota to Matthews. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Set! Blue line!
Throwing, Mariota. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Down! Blue 80! Blue 80!
Here's a give to Miller. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. They'll run it again with Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now another timeout here called by the Titans. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Throwing now, Watson. And he's got his man on the out route. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
Down! Blue 80! Blue 80!
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Texans on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at third and a few inches. They'll try to run for it with Miller. Only a 1-yard gain, but good enough to just about finish this one off. This offensive line starting to win up front. You win that battle in the trenches, you can kind of wear them down here late.
So you bring in the second part to that equation, and that's the big running back, the big bruiser, who can get more than what's blocked and break a few extra tackles and gain yardage.
Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. Good bounce back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realizes there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Texans, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.